The first moments are really some of the toughest. You know, when you really hear the word cancer, you think, not us, not us. That's what happens to other people.
How long do people live with this? That was the first thing I wanted to know. And he wouldn't tell me. I had a question 3 or 4 times. Then he finally said 5-ish. And so, okay, so we have to deal with this. And that was it.
One of the toughest moments was picking up that cell phone and calling these 2 individually and telling them what was happening.
I think when it finally clicked for me that I couldn't just will this away somehow was when my mom called me on the phone to let me know that this was definitely myeloma. It was a real disease. We're gonna have to fight this together. And I started crying in my office at work right there. Didn't know what to do. I was definitely afraid to be afraid.
Trying to get through those first moments when you're just realizing that you have a new life. Nothing from this moment forward is ever going to be the same.
Yeah. The first time I cried about this, for me that moment was, I'm sitting back with her on the couch and it just hit me. I'm going to leave her alone. For all of these years that should be this, should be that. And that's the first time I cried. That's a crush. This cancer experience is 24/7, 365. And I don't know.
I'm a daddy's girl, and you don't ever think the superhero of your family, your father, the staple of the family who built this, is gonna be in that state. So when you see it happen to your own, it takes a toll on you.
That first meeting with the oncologist is a big thing, because you go in
what's he gonna say?
What is he gonna say? What do I do? How do I do it? Expect a lot of answers. And on the table in the waiting room was this brochure from Wellness House. And at that point, you're grasping for information. We really wanted to know, where can we go? Where are the answers going to be?
Yeah. Probably the roughest time for me was when I came home from the hospital from the transplant. As Annie had said, I lost close to 50 pounds in the hospital, and I had C. diff infection. I had had a stroke that paralyzed my entire right side a month before my transplant. So, oh man.
This is where you really begin to wonder, why? He was completely comatose. There was no reaction, and we had no reason to believe that we were going to get him back. And Roxy was so in John and talking to him every single second to get him to try to get through to him, to get him to come out of this.
I was forehead to forehead with you, and as soon as you made eye contact with me, you started reacting. And I let you know, this is not it. We're fighting. Let's fight. Let's go.
You were on top of me screaming at me.
I was so low at that time. So while he was still in the hospital, I went to Wellness House, to the caregiver meeting. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will always remember how you made them feel. And that, for me, is what Wellness House does. It changed how we feel. Mm-hmm. And
yeah.
It's, we go forward with new hope, looking at the world in a different way. Things happen,
yep.
And bad things happen to good people, and it was going to be okay. And you had to just, keep moving forward. And it helped me so much to kind of get past that black place that I had felt. When I think of those deepest, darkest moments, in the hallways of Good Samaritan Hospital and in the waiting rooms at Northwestern, and where we are today, you know, and now we can laugh and we can play and we look forward to a future, you know, whatever that future is. And that's the thing, you know, future's a different thing. Future's relative. You know, sometimes you think, well, it's got to be the next 20 years and, you know, 7 grandchildren, but, you know, if it's 20 weeks and
20 hours.
20 hours and just us here, that's beautiful too.
Discovering this brochure and discovering this beautiful wellness center, you know, you saw that shift in energy, and he discovered this amazing community of people that he was able to tap into. I saw my dad come back when he discovered the wellness center. We're writing this story. This cancer is not writing our story.
You know, in the beginning, it's such denial, you know. Every day you go to bed and you think you're going to wake up, and then the next day it will be gone. There'll be no cancer. After coming to Wellness House, what I found changed for me, I could just wake up and accept and appreciate the day that we had.
I'm good. You know, it's a place you have to put yourself into, but I'm doing good. I think that's one of the biggest benefits of Wellness House is the group that's sharing the load. You know, and it's, you know, I can't move this couch alone, but give me 4 or 5 people and we'll put it any place you want. And cancer's kind of like that, you know. You get enough people you got a great caregiving group together, it makes a huge difference in being able to handle this. You know, I cannot imagine somebody going through cancer and this doesn't help immensely. Not just a little bit, it helps immensely.